Now, remember when the Students for Fair Admissions took the case all the way up to the Supreme Court saying Asians were not getting into universities because of black people and, this because of affirmative action, Asians not getting in the universities and unqualified black people are getting in over us, and so fine. They got rid of affirmative action in college admissions. Well, guess what happened? So the numbers are slowly starting to come out. And it's not working out for those in the Asian community. Let's check out what our sister put together here.
So Yale, Princeton, and Duke have been threatened with a lawsuit over the decline in Asian American enrollment since the removal of affirmative action. The numbers that the team is pressed about: Duke went from having 35% of Asian American students enrolled to 29%. Yale went from having 30% of students enrolled to 24%. Princeton went from having 26% of Asian American students enrolled to 23.8%. What do you think the Black enrollment is at each of these schools? Black enrollment has remained just about the same. And so when we are talking about a decrease in Asian American student enrollment, how is it that Black student enrollment is taking away? Like, the math is not mathing. They don't have a problem with the fact that 40% of students are enrolled at colleges that accept legacy admissions. Legacy admissions based on the history of this country who are predominantly white. They don't have a problem with legacies benefiting from a system. So instead of looking at the legacy admissions at these universities, they're honing in on a small percentage of Black students who are enrolled at these universities and saying the Black students are taking our spots, as opposed to looking at where a majority of the admissions are coming from.
It's kind of like right now with the DJ Khaled thing. Congratulations, you played yourself. That's exactly what it is. See, y'all did all that to hurt Black people, to hurt God's children. You understand? And you did that to hurt God's children. And the same people, the same man that was with you, Edward Bloom, you see his community is getting into those universities a whole lot more now. Legacy admissions, which is predominantly white. Instead of you having an issue with legacy admissions, you had an issue with Black students. And Black students who get into these colleges and universities earn their way because as Black Americans, nobody gives us anything. And even if they did give them a shot, they still had to do the work. They still had to pass their classes to graduate. They wasn't just giving them anything for free when they get in there, right? So you played yourself. See, you tried to use racism. That's what you're using. You thought you was going to team up with the folks to be against us. And in the end, you teamed up with the folks to hurt yourself. See, affirmative action was actually helping the Asian community way more than the Black community, as we can see. And now since affirmative action has been taken away, now you're threatening a lawsuit, because that's another thing that's coming up. They're threatening a lawsuit about Asians enrollment going down. You can't say nothing about race anymore. See what happens about that? So your lawsuit will be thrown out because it's not race-based anymore. It's merit-based. And see what happens with merit. See, the reason why you had to have an affirmative action, because those people, the folks, don't know how to be fair with people, so they had to put laws in place to make them be fair. If you take away the laws that Black Americans fought for to keep things equal and fair for the most part, you take them away, these people do what they normally do, enact their racism, and they're going to put themselves in those spots way over. They're going to put a Black, an Asian, Hispanic, or whatever else. So you played yourself, and I'm glad. And I hope the white folks keep bringing in more legacy admissions in there. I hope they do, because that's what you fought for. You fought for more legacy admission, which is predominantly white. And I don't know why you feel that you deserve to be in these universities. Who y'all supposed to be? That's the question I want to know. If you demanding so much about being somebody else's university, why don't you do like what Black Americans had done? Create a historically Asian college and university. Create your own university. Create a HACU. Create that. And then all y'all can go to your own university. Black folks do it all the time with HBCUs. So why don't you create that? I'm just saying, because you're demanding to be in certain universities. Like, I have the grades. I demand I should be in Yale over that black girl over there, or that black man, black over there. How you figure? How do you figure? You got to compete like everybody else compete. And let me tell y'all something, whether you think so or not, some black people are better than you. Some of them are. Some of them got better grades than you. I know you think all black people not smart as you are. Oh, we have a lot of brothers and sisters that's very smart in this black community, and they got better grades than you. And one thing I know about black Americans, if they're at Yale and if they're at Harvard, or if they're at Brown or any of those universities like that, they deserve to be there, because nobody gives a black person a chance. We have to be 10 times better than anybody else in this country to get even a little bit. So why don't you put some respect on a black student's name? Understand? Black people ain't whining and crying about anything. We're sitting up there trying to fight and get our way in and get the education we need. And who's to say, just because you got a degree from Yale or Harvard or Princeton or whatever, that you're going to get a career? You can go to a college in your state. Like, I'm in Texas. You can go to the University of Texas, University of Houston, and do real good there and have a great career. You don't have to go to no freaking Yale or Harvard or whatever just to have an education. Please. But, y'all played yourself. That's good. I'm glad it happened that way for y'all. Maybe next time, stop trying to undermine laws that my ancestors fought for. Because, see, y'all would actually have more people in school right now because of that affirmative action. I told y'all, it wasn't going to hurt black Americans for that affirmative action to go away. It's going to hurt these other groups. And now they're starting to see it.